We all know what a harem anime is. A dude arrives and a flock of bitches want to hop on that throbbing D, and instead of taking advantage of that and slinging it everywhere, he just can't choose on who he wants to be with. And to be fair, some dudes don't want to be a horn dog and sleep around. I know I was like that at some point in my life, but there's a bigger problem than him being indecisive, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to the show, Savage Sundays, but first, intro, activate. Hey everyone, what's up? I'm CTM Emotionless. You can call me Savage, and welcome to Savage Sundays, a show where I talk about things, be wrong, and usually it's about anime or video games or some other form of media, and I just throw some garbage out there and I hope it's received well. But of course, like usual, if there's anything you disagree with whenever I say something, please just let me know in the comments below. And also, hey, welcome to the channel. Please be sure to subscribe. I gotta say that to sound like a real YouTuber. But I hope you're enjoying the multiple angles I'm putting into this. I did do a different setup and I'm trying to enjoy it as much as possible. So let's get right on into this. I actually made a little bit of a list of things I have problems with when it comes to harem anime. Now, let me explain right now, I don't hate harem anime. I'm gonna say it right now, I don't absolutely despise harem anime. I actually do think it has its place in the community of anime, and honestly, it is usually more fun and enjoyable. It's a fun type of genre. It's not a genre that should be taken too seriously in regards to story and whatnot, but at the same time, they're having a lot of good harems, and that right there end up kind of making the overall genre look awful. So I'm going to go down the list of things that kind of make harem anime kind of just annoying to deal with. Alright, first of all, my first issue with the main protagonist is they're usually morons, and they kind of don't realize that other women are into him. And okay, there's some times where women are being very subtle, so it's kind of difficult to tell whether or not they actually do like you or they're just being friendly. That's fair game, honestly. There's some women like that. But a majority of harem anime aren't like that. A lot of them, they're not being subtle. They're letting him know right now, hey, that D can go right in me. And that is basically what they're sometimes saying out loud. Like, this is the one reason I can't stand Ichika Orimura from Infinite Stratus. Seriously, the dude has a barrage of women thrown at him, and they're not being really secretive on whether or not they like him or not. No, they've blatantly said that they have feelings for him, and he still doesn't really get it. Or he doesn't show that he actually gets it. He just plays it off as, oh wow, why are these girls being so nice to me? And honestly, when it comes to that kind of character, it's kind of annoying. Problem number two, the main character, another main character issue is he's usually also boring. He's usually not really interesting whatsoever. The dude typically is just a guy. That's literally it. The main character acts just like any other guy majority of the time. Majority of the time, a harem main protagonist, whatever, he usually is just a nice guy. And I'm gonna insert my nice guy joke here because this is an actual problem I do have with the harem protagonist in a lot of harem anime. You wanna know why these girls, why all these flock of bitches want this guy? Because he's a nice guy. And you wanna know why this guy is a nice guy? Because you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy, therefore you also deserve a flock of bitches. Now, seriously, when it comes to this kind of thing, it's mainly for projection purposes. They usually give a guy with a clean slate of a personality, aka he's boring, dull, has no personality or soul. But guess what? He's a nice dude, and that allows people who are watching to project themselves into this world and into that character to then be like, oh, I'm like that guy. Maybe I'll have a barrage of bitches wanting to hop on my D too. Give up on that dream. I'm letting you know right now, it's not worth your time. You're going to be left disappointed. All right, number 3 for the problem. Another problem I have with harem protagonists is, yes, once again, it's a harem protagonist issue. And it's the fact that the dude doesn't even pick a girl at the end. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're telling me I sat through all this dumb bull crap and you're telling me you didn't even pick a chick? You didn't just pick one. Honestly, no matter what, people are gonna hate you anyway for who you choose. That's the law of the land. If you make a harem, this is why I am afraid to ever write a script involving some form of harem, because at the end of the day, that means I need to pick who he ends up with, and no matter who I pick, everyone's gonna be mad at me and there's nothing I can do about it. But anyway, like I was saying, when it comes to the idea of having a harem, the dude doesn't pick, it's kind of a waste of time. It's like, why did I sit down and invest my time watching this show, a harem anime? And it's even worse if it is actually aimed to be a romance, not even just like your harem ecchi anime, but I mean like it's actually trying to achieve being a proper romance, and they don't choose. Now, okay, there's this one show that I actually do hate, but I do give it praise because he did pick a girl, and that's Nisekoi. I hate Nisekoi. I despise Nisekoi. Now, I never watched the anime. Now you might be thinking, then how do you know you hate it? Because I read the manga, all right? And I'm happy he chooses, and I think he's also chosen in the anime too. I think it's actually matched up with I think the anime is actually caught up to the manga. So that's awesome. But that's the only positive thing I can say about Nisekoi off the top of my head. Oh, and also I like his best friend because that guy's awesome. But other than that, yeah, I hate that anime, but they at least did the right thing of having him choose a girl. Yeah, so yeah, reason 3, really, I just can't stand the fact that a dude typically doesn't pick a girl. Come on, be a man about it. All right, problem number 4, I actually somewhat wrote a whole thing about it. I made this like way longer than the other portions, so I'm gonna read what I typed in here just so you can get an idea of what I was thinking. All right, the girls are usually lame too. Yes, they're cute, but if your reason for wanting to get dicked down by some schmuck is that he's pretty nice, then you're an empty shell, and just because you have hobbies doesn't mean you're interesting. Anime needs to give us a solid girl to root for. Like, give me a solid reason to root for a woman, and being shy isn't enough. Get a pair like the other bitches. No, seriously, another issue with a lot of these is that usually the girls themselves also don't have any character. Their only characteristic trait is their hobbies nowadays. Where it's just like, okay, it's cool she has hobbies, but what's her family like? Like, her personality, and why is she the way she is? Like, give me a fleshed out human being. We like human beings. You don't have to go all super deep into it, but actually give me a reason to want her to be with him. If her reason is, oh, he's nice, he was nice to me this one time, and ever since I felt something between us, I'm gonna want to shoot myself in the fucking face. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really can't stand it. Like, let me see, a good solid like, here's a good one. Goddamn Infinite Stratus, right on back there. That's the pinnacle of terrible harem animes, where none of the girls have a reason to really like Ishika. None of them. Not one. Well, actually, no, not true. The childhood best friends. The 2 childhood best friends have reasons, and the reason is, let's be real, when you spend, this is actually done by like a study where it was shown that the more you spend time with someone, the more attracted you are to them. Now, it doesn't exactly always have to be romantically, but at some times you will become closer and you would want to be closer with that person. For example, typically, let's get a guy and get a girl. If you have them spend enough time with each other, there is a high likely possibility that those 2 will end up together, just because of how much time they spend with each other. They both know each other. Like we all like familiarity. But yeah, back to the thing that was important. Like I was saying, a lot of women don't really have anything about them that makes me want to root for them. And yeah, back in the day, a shy, timid girl being shy and timid, doing the whole finger stuff, one of these, was enough for us. But nowadays, it's just like, okay, look, I get it, you're shy, but guess what? These women are actually trying. Now, you might be saying, like, oh, but she's trying her best talking to him. You don't think they're not trying either? Think about it. Like, yeah, they're a little bit more bold and courageous with it, but guess what? It's still embarrassing. They're still trying. They're still putting their effort to it. It might be easier for them to just go out there and say what they want to say, but they're still putting the effort. for it. They could be saying this kind of stuff to someone else, but they're not. They're saying it for the person that they endear. And being shy and timid isn't enough for me to actually want you to win. There's some girls who, if I see a girl being bold about what she says, I'm actually rooting for her usually just because she's putting the most amount of effort into it. She's being direct, straightforward. I like girls who are direct and straightforward. If you're not direct or straightforward, it gets annoying because now I gotta play guess games and all of that, and I'm not a fan of that. Drink water. Make sure to drink water. Okay, problem number 5 and the last problem. Show usually gets bogged down with all the harem moments when there could be, or there is, good storytelling going on. This is actually a problem that kind of gets annoying whenever you're watching an actual harem anime. Let's say there's a harem anime you're watching, and it's actually pretty alright. Like, it's alright harem, and it's a pretty good story going on too. And sometimes it's just like, okay, we get it. You know, you all like this dude, but there's a bigger issue going on right now, and they just feel the need to insert, oh, how much we love this guy right at this moment. And it's just like, someone can die right now. Can we please chill on the whole idea of who's getting dick down later after this? Like, you guys can deal with that after. Like, we're doing serious adult business right now. Can you chill? Now, once again, reaching out to Infinite Stratus. Now, I have an idea for a video later where I'm going to actually go take the time to read through some My Anime List reviews, because there's a lot of reviews out there that try to defend Infinite Stratus, and I won't have it because that show is absolutely terrible. The first season's alright, but the second season's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life and whatnot. But ignoring that, the issue with Infinite Stratus 2, with me, I'm gonna use that for example, is it actually, after following up Infinite Stratus the first season, I was actually getting interested into the story, and I mean the actual story that was presented. And Infinite Stratus 2 also had a potential for really great storytelling. I was actually interested in the story of things going on behind the scenes and such as that, but it decided to ditch most of that storytelling to just do harem ecchi moments, and it really bogged down the story that could have been. I actually am thinking about doing a whole video on how they could have made Infinite Stratus 2 way better, and while keeping it being a harem, just finding a way to actually make it enjoyable in a storytelling perspective, because that season had a lot of potential for it, but it just didn't. It just decided not to for some reason, because, you know, people like seeing titties and ass, and I love titties and ass too. You can have titties and ass and great storytelling. Look at High School DxD. There's a lot of ecchi, perverse moments, but the storytelling in that anime is done so well and it's really good that you don't feel like you're still leaving the action just for the perverse moments. The perverse moments are part of the action most of the time, and that is what's wrong with Infinite Stratus 2, and what's wrong with a lot of harem anime in general, where a lot of them decide to ditch the story that they have, which would have been really good, just for an ecchi moment. Just for these 5 girls are arguing now, just to see who's gonna go with the main character into this one area. Where it's like, instead of arguing about it, you know, you could have them just pair up with a couple of people. Let's say, you know, they need to split up and pair with a couple of people, and that could be used as an opportunity for the 2 characters to develop. And I mean the 2 characters, not just the main character and whatever broad he's with right now, but it could be the main character, not the main character, it could be the other girls actually interacting with each other, understanding on each other, and we can actually use that for character development, so we can understand why one girl is another way, or why one girl doesn't like the other girl, and this other girl's kind of confused on what's her deal. It would be a perfect time to flesh out these characters to make them look more human. And I hope to see more of that as we get further down in anime, and as we start having more harem and romance characters. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk, and please, once again, tell me what you think of the new format. Personally, I'm a huge fan of it. I actually do think the quality of my videos have improved improved immensely this way. The only thing I'm really scared about is the sound quality, really, and dealing with helicopters. I don't know, out of all days I'm actually motivated to get videos done. Helicopters want to exist, but it is what it is. Making sure if I forgot anything. Oh, also ring the little notification bell as well, because that's important on YouTube, so you can know whenever I upload. And good news is I'm uploading every day now, so literally you can stop by my channel every day and you'll see a video, guarantee it. I shouldn't have said that. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you.